Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Red EDC. You know what day it is. My favorite day, whenever that day happens. It is New Finch Knife Day because today the Finch Widowmaker releases. Yes, indeed. Of course, as you can see, I have the Burlwood version. There actually are going to be 7 different versions of this knife releasing. There's going to be 4 dealer models available at pretty much any Finch dealer, and 3 fairly pretty limited edition releases on the Finch website themselves. And I'll get the laptop up here and we will take a look at those as well. But this is the Burlwood model, and I tell you what, Burlwood is probably one of my favorite woods to be used on knives because you just get some amazing grain patterns out of burl. Open construction, as you can see, got a little bit of holes in this pocket clip, and once again, and I know this is kind of a sticky subject for a few of you, there is no shield on this one. You know, I have to say I'm a little bit partial to the shield as well, just because that's pretty much, you know, OG Finch knives. Now, I will say that, you know, without the shield, there's nothing, obviously you have the screws, there's nothing breaking up, you know, this type of grain pattern. So there's a little bit said to it, but I will give all of you that are definite hardcore shield fans, you know, I do like the shield myself. And, you know, I like the glow shield. I like the non-glow shield too. They didn't use it a whole lot. They've used it a couple of times, not very many, but I liked that as well. But as you can see, you've got a little bit of a sway back going on here on the Widowmaker. That bolster lock look that Finch uses quite so often. It is a flipper. Very nice detent on this one. Action, little, it's not super droppy. I mean, you get a good first drop and then shake shut. So it's not too bad. Maybe use a little bit of juice, but the detent is right on. Finch, again, definitely liking that Wharncliffe blade, as do I. Now you can see on a few of the versions that you're going to get the satin flats and the stone-washed grind. That's going to be available on the 3 exclusives for sure, and I believe it is on 2 of the 4 of the dealer released models as well. So like I said, we'll take a quick peek at them. So what are we looking at as far as size? Well, we know Finch, smaller knives, absolutely. This one is coming in right about 6.5, maybe just a hair over 6.5 inches. Not quite 3 3/4 on the handle, so that should give us pretty close to a 3 3/4-ish blade with about a 2 3/4-ish inch blade and a 2 5/8 inch cutting edge. Grip length is going to be coming in right about 3 1/4, which is pretty much, you know, at that's pretty much the low end of where I can get a 4-finger grip on it. It feels very good in hand. Absolutely. You've got the sway back, so if you want to do some, you know, pruning type cutting with it, you can absolutely do that. Now again, smaller blade on this one. 6 9 thread had 0 issue. 6 9 thread rope, no issue with. 21 thread did struggle with a little bit. I'd say it probably got about 60-ish%. It was a little over half. A little over halfway through with one swipe. Not too bad, but definitely that shorter cutting edge, it limits it. It limits it on that 21 thread or half-inch natural fiber rope. But, ooh, well, size comparisons. Yeah, we'll do size comparisons. It went through nice, just didn't quite get all the way through. Now, pivot to pivot, obviously the bug out bigger knife. And we are definitely going to have to zoom out for this because we're going to break out the PM2. And the PM2, obviously, much larger knife. Get a weight on it. You know, let me know down in the comments, guys. Are you shield, no shield? How does that... let's give the Finch guys some feedback on that. That would be really interesting. 83 grams and 2.9 ounces. It'd be interested, you know, are you... I definitely... I know some of you are like... I mean, you've told me, man, no shield, man. I don't think I'll pick it up. And right on. And then, of course, that milled clip. Definitely not going to be deep carry. About that 1/2 inch sticking out of your pocket. Pretty decent retention. Not too bad on it. Overall, well, I mean, you guys know I'm a Finch guy. I mean, yes, smaller knife, 100% detent. I mean, QSP did a good job on these. QSP has done a fantastic job on Finch knives for quite some time now, and this one is absolutely no exception. Again, sample size of 1. But I mean, you guys know I have had many Finch knives through my hands, and I think I've had 2 that have had light-ish detents. Now, I need to qualify that. I do need to qualify that. Now, with the Avalanche, those were obviously Fox made. Those were a little bit more, honestly, I'll have to say iffy on their detent. QSP, yeah, no issues. I really haven't. I think with the QSP made Finches, I've had like 2. The 3 Avalanches, the Fox made knives, I had 1 detent that was good, 1 that was okay, and then 1 that was fairly light. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. QSP always does a fine job on Finch knives. Another one, now I know several of you, I've had people mention this one. There was a time when Finch used to put these up on their website, you know, pending prototypes, you know. If you remember, if you've been following Finch for a while, they used to have these up on the website quite frequently ahead of time. They don't really do that anymore. They usually put them up maybe a month or so before they're getting ready to release. And even back then, the Widowmaker was up there for a while. This is one that was, I think, prototyped as a design that's been in the works for a while. And I know several of you have kind of commented that you really liked it. So hopefully you do. And hopefully you can pick one of those up. But I will tell you that if you do think about picking one up, if you're looking at getting one of the exclusives, I'd say get it. They're supposedly less than 10 of each. There's 3 models, less than 10 each made. So, and I'm going to get the laptop up here. And then the other ones, hey, if you're going to pick up a Finch knife, you know, obviously you can pick it up from the guys at Finch themselves. They sent this one out. They're always so very generous to the channel. But if you want to support a shop like Traditiaonal Pocket Knives, I do have that affiliate link. Use that affiliate link, and I buy lots of Finches to give away. Remember when I said I've had a lot of Finch knives through my hands? Well, there's 6 of them that are being waiting to be given away. And that's because of you guys using my link at Traditiaonal Pocket Knives. So, there you go. Lots of options. But let's get the laptop up here and let's take a look at the models that are coming out. All right, so here we go. We are on the Finch website, and we've got the 4 models that are coming out. These are dealer models, all that you're seeing on the screen there. You've got the Arctic Storm carbon fiber with a black wash blade, the Midnight Honey copper carbon fiber with a black wash blade, the Burlwood, which I have shown you, and the Nightcrawler socket bone. Those both have the combo blade, satin and stone wash. Now, the exclusives are, I can't click on them to make them any bigger, but you've got the Arctic Storm carbon fiber, a Hornet resin, and a bubblegum resin. Like I said, these three, they all have the combo blade. These three are only available at the Finch site, and it says right there, less than 10 each will be available. So, no matter which model you get, $149 is what they're selling for. You know, that's pretty much been Finch's standard pricing for quite a while. And they're all 154 cm steel. So, the 4 dealer models, again, up there on top, and the 3 exclusives. Finch exclusives, I should say. So, there you go, guys. That is the Widowmaker. Now, I know right there, it does release today. Yes, this was filmed a couple days in advance. It says May 23rd. Well, that's today. That's 11 a.m. Central. That means 9 Pacific time or noon Eastern is when they release. So, like I said, if you're looking forward at grabbing one of those exclusives, might be one of those that you got to jump on. I don't know. Less than 10 each. I don't know what that means. Could mean 9. Could mean 5. I have no idea. So, but thanks a lot, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the Finch Widowmaker today. You know, today makes me very, very happy. New Finch Knife Day. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.